Hello and welcome back to another video here in the LEGO Room. I hope you are well. A Harry Potter video for you today. I know it's been some time since I spoke about Harry Potter, but one thing that caught my eye over the weekend was the licensing discussion around LEGO themes. For LEGO Star Wars, we know, of course, that the license for the IP for LEGO will go until 2032, and in my opinion, it's very likely that that will be extended past 2032 as things stand. There are just so many different things that they could make, and of course new shows and films that'll be popping up as sort of time goes on. And one thing that I was sort of not really aware of until quite recently was the actual end date for the IP license for Harry Potter with LEGO, and that is of course 2026, which is actually only a year or so away. And it was sort of bandied about online, the idea of, will the licensing for Harry Potter end up being continued? And this might seem like a kind of odd thing to suggest on the face of it, but we've of course got to remember that Harry Potter did have a break from LEGO for a good couple of years. At the very start of the sort of 2010s, there were a good few years where there were no LEGO Harry Potter sets on shelves at all. So of course it is possible that LEGO and Harry Potter could take a break for a little bit of time. I'm sure eventually further down the line we would certainly see these two reunite. I, however, stand on the sort of ground that I think that the licensing will be extended. It will continue past 2026. We of course know there is a new HBO Max show for Harry Potter, and I can see this being the kind of thing there where they're going to dig into the story a little bit more. It's going to allow for more scenes, more characters, and ultimately, if they want, more LEGO sets. There are also a couple of other things that line up with this. I know that the actual show was supposed to start or at least be broadcast in 2026. It looks as though it's going to be 2027 as things stand. But things like the modular Hogwarts castle system that we are building currently on the channel, and we will continue to build throughout 2026, that is planned to come to an end at the very end of 2026. So the current castle system will run until 2026. You'll of course be able to pick it up on shelves past 2026, but the last increments of that system will be out towards the very end of, or certainly during 2026. Now what does this mean? It of course means that there would be the scale and the opportunity and the possibility of creating a new Hogwarts system throughout 2027 and onwards. But of course people like myself who have just picked up all of the pieces for the Hogwarts castle system over the last 2 years would have no real interest in building a new Hogwarts system. I certainly won't be looking to grab another new castle system. It would really have to be something special to win me over. However, of course, with the new HBO show, it of course means that there will be different variations of these classic characters. I'm thinking of the Nick Frost Hagrid. I'm thinking of all of these new variations that we're going to have of all these characters, particularly at a very, very young age. And I think that's something that you will start to see differing characters in some of these sets, be it characters from Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, from Slytherin. There will be characters that haven't really been touched yet that we will see more and more of, and it of course gives a bit of variety, a bit of difference to what we could potentially see for LEGO Harry Potter. I think one of the main problems LEGO Harry Potter seems to run into, particularly over the last few years, is the re-release of ideas of sets that we've already had, and I on this channel have theorized about many different sets that I would like to see and why we potentially don't have them. And luckily we've sort of run into a situation where some of the predictions I've made, I'm thinking very recently of the Lovegood house, are starting to come to fruition. I think that's very much because of the lack of different ideas that there potentially are for LEGO Harry Potter. And I think of course, whilst not everybody is certainly for this HBO show, and I am falling in the camp of we don't really need it. I will certainly engage with it when it first broadcasts, but we don't really need it. But one thing it will do, of course, is give the opportunity for new and different types of LEGO Harry Potter sets, and I think this will probably help keep the theme alive. It of course means as well that the licensing will probably be extended for 10 years. HBO have committed to doing 10 years worth of filming to get these 7 books out over the course of a 10-year period. Not too dissimilar to the way that films were done at the very start of the early 2000s into 2011. So not too dissimilar to the films. And of course, you are against the clock with aging actors and with young actors who are teenagers or kids when they start, and of course will be sort of young adults when they finish. So again, to summarize, and it's something I'd seen online, I don't think that this is the end for Lego Harry Potter in 2026. I don't think that they will stop at the end of 2026. I think that the licensing will be renewed in coordination with this new HBO show, and I think you will start to see different types of Lego Harry Potter sets. You'll see different variations of minifigs with some of these classic characters that we've known and loved over the last however many years. It will be really interesting to see what happens with this show. I am not against them creating it. I will be curious to see how it is done. It is going to need it to be handled with such care. These books, these films are so special to so many people that I think it will be really interesting to see how they handle it and how this show actually looks when it is live. I'm not against it. I'll be really curious to see what it is all about and whether or not we actually get some good Lego Harry Potter sets off the back of it. So a little bit of everything in that video for you, a little bit of stuff about Lego Harry Potter moving forward, a little bit of stuff about that HBO show as well, and a slightly different video as well, and I've sort of changed the angle up, and I realise now at the very end of the video it's not perfectly lit either because of the space in the Lego room, but not to worry, a video for Lego Harry Potter fans nonetheless. And if you're a Lego Harry Potter fan, please do consider subscribing. It'll be sincerely appreciated. It does help us out. We will have more Lego Harry Potter stuff coming over the next couple of weeks, particularly with that D2C set coming on Back to Hogwarts Day, and we'll of course be doing a Back to Hogwarts stream as well over the start of September over on Whatnot. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.